Alright guys, this is going to be part number 4 of Wizard of War. The Galaxian is getting picked up today. So that is leaving. I put that badge on the front there. What I did this morning was I got the cabinet back in the spray booth so that I can, I sanded that down right there so I'm going to respray just this spot right here with some more satin black paint. And then after that, I'm going to paint the top and the back door and everything. And then we'll be ready to put the stickers on the side and then splatter paint those little black speckles on the side. So let me get some paint mixed up and I'll blend this in real quick. Okay, go ahead and paint the top and back. I just got a cheap throwaway paintbrush, a little 4-inch foam roller. And then my artwork's here in this tube for the side art. That came from this old game. I've had this a while. Let me see if there's a date on it. I've had it since 12/6 of 21. So over a year. I put this on the shaker so I don't need to stir it. Oh, and I screwed up last night on my video for laminating, guys. I totally forgot to wear goggles. So don't do dumb stuff like me. Make sure you guys wear your goggles. Learn from my mistakes. Yeah, I was just about done routering when I realized that I forgot to put them on. Luckily, that router doesn't tend to kick up a lot of debris high in the air or anything like that. Okay, let's go out here and we're gonna put a coat on the top, the back. Let's do the back piece first. Probably gonna need 2 coats. So this, I'm just gonna hit it with a roller, I think. I'll probably put the artwork on between coats of this, between the first and second coat. Just gonna put this on real thin. Still gotta practice with the splatter paint, which I'll do that on the camera with you guys. See what we come up with. The back of the game has splatter paint, just like the sides and the front. So I'll probably, when I get ready to do it, I'll probably do the back door first in case it looks like crap. I can always paint over it. But I am really think I'm going to use a spray can. Okay, that's good on the back. The only thing I really need the paintbrush for, I think, is just the top edges. I could tape it off, but I should be able to just use this brush and get right up the edge here. Stick this in here. Now, if you're painting the sides of the cabinet with a roller, do not use latex paint. Your artwork will not stick to it. Oh, we gotta take the parts out of the tumbler too. Those have been in there for about 3 days. I took some of the bigger pieces out yesterday because they were done. And I didn't really look at the bolts and stuff, but I'm pretty sure they should be clean by now. We'll have to take a look at those. Actually, I'm gonna need the brush again for these sides. Actually, no, I'm gonna paint all the way to the edge. Back edge here, and whatever gets on that edge on the side, I'll just wipe it off with a paper towel. Push this into those Hopefully 2 coats will cover it, might have to do a third. Grab the paintbrush for around the wheels down at the bottom here. I always usually use the original wheels unless they're messed up. I have like 3 sets of brand new ones in the basement, but I just haven't had to use them. Okay, that's the first coat. Grab a paper towel so we can wipe these edges. The foam roller always comes over on the side a little bit. All right, I'm gonna go grab some window cleaner and we will spray off the side here just to clean it off, and then we can put the artwork on. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe these down a little bit here with some window cleaner. Just wanna make sure there's no dust or dirt where the artwork's going. Okay, I don't really have much to reference off of other than some online pictures. So we're just gonna kind of center it in this opening. Get some tape out here. Kind of get this gap here and this gap about the same. Same thing with the front to back. I'm gonna go grab a tape measure. Stuff's pretty curled up from being in a tube for so long. Okay, let's see how we did. 1 3/8 there. 1.5 inches. A little bit crooked. Let me just take this side up a little bit, I think. Unless the artwork doesn't match the profile perfectly, which it might not. 7/8. Okay, it's crooked. I think. Well, if I tilt it, it's going to get even worse. This is 1 1/8. This is 7/8. So that's a 1/4 inch crooked along the top. 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, 1 3/8. So it's kind of like, what do I want to see look straight? Here or here? I don't really know what I want. I think I'm just going to kind of bring this corner up a little bit. See what it does. One inch, 7/8, 1 3/8, 1.5 inches, 1 3/8, 1.5 inches. I mean, there's really nothing I'm going to be able to do other than where it's at. It's just always going to be a little off. So we'll just go with it there. And put a piece of tape along this whole thing. And then we can peel this top part off. We might trim the pre-mask back a little bit so that when we spray the splatter paint on, or whatever you want to call it, it gets closer to the artwork. Now all these bubbles you're seeing are just in the pre-mask, they're not in the actual vinyl. At least as far as I can tell, they're not. A little bubble here, but I can't tell if that's in the pre-mask or not. I think this whole game's the only one that sells this artwork. I don't know that I saw anybody else that had it, but that was also a 1.5 years ago, so I'm not sure if anybody else is recreating it or not. I think maybe can't think of the name of the place. I'll have to think about what the name of the place is. It's where I got the screen bezel and the marquee from, because this old game didn't have it in stock, and if they don't have something in stock, you'll be waiting a year or two to get it. So I just didn't want to wait that much longer. So let me go grab a blade and we'll cut that masking back a little bit. Escape Pod is who I'm thinking of, who has the I think that's where I got my screen bezel and marquee from. It's reverse. It's vinyl on the back side of the plexiglass. So what I'm doing here is I'm just tracing the edge of this vinyl very lightly, not putting a lot of pressure at all, just to cut this mask off. You can do this before you put it on the cabinet too, because you don't want to scratch the cabinet, so I'm going extremely light. This stuff doesn't take a lot to cut, and we don't need to be perfectly against it. We just want to get real close. But it seems like I'm running pretty good on the edge of this vinyl with the knife. Basically just putting enough pressure to cut the paper. Okay, let's go do the other side now. We're gonna do the exact same thing. Be a little bit higher up, more towards 7/8 of an inch. First side's always the easiest to get on, and then when you're trying to match this side to the other side, it's usually a little bit of a pain in the butt. That's going real crooked there. So let's bring this down a little bit. Pretty good there. Real crooked there. Pretty good there. Either side lines up real good, so it just must be how it was, because I'm sure he probably used an original piece of art to scan to make new art. So they probably just didn't fit real well to the profile of the cabinet. These wrinkles in the vinyl will come out. The pre-mask is what's causing them. And that's why I don't like to use any sort of rapid tap or soap and water, because it seems like those stay in there while it's wet. By doing it dry, it seems to get rid of them. This is a 3M vinyl. Scotch Cal, it's called. Rub over the areas that look wrinkled. I'm pretty confident it's just the masking. All right, trim this edge again. And then we'll put another coat of paint on the back and top. I'll probably do that off camera. I don't think you guys need to see me roll another coat of paint on. All right, I'm gonna get another coat of paint rolled on, and then I'll be back and we'll do some testing of the paint. Okay, second coat is on, that's drying now. So on one of the videos I watched for doing those little dots on the paint, they suggested to pry, there's a centerpiece in here, and it diffuses the paint. They said to pry that out. So I did do that, and I think that the dots coming out of this are still a little too big. So I'm gonna try something else here, I think, which I don't know if it'll work or not. This spray can's almost empty, so it's not a big deal. So this is with the center pried out. I'm gonna stay back about 1.5 feet. See, that's just coming out too much. So I really need to either back off farther. I'm not sure, but see, those to me seem like those dots might be a little big. I don't know if I drill like a 30-second hole into that, if it would make it better or not. So let me pop this cap off here. Took the cap off the can, and I wonder if I drill a little tiny hole where I pried that off, if that would make any difference or not. I have a 16th drill bit, that's the smallest one I have. It might make it even bigger droplets, I'm not sure. I've never done this before. So we're just gonna take the drill bit here and drill this out. If this doesn't work, it's not a big deal. I have plenty of cans of spray paint. Why won't this tighten? The drill won't tighten down to fit this little bit. That sucks. Let me grab some tape and wrap it around the bit and see if we can get it to tighten up. Wrap some tape around it, we'll see if that'll actually hold. I'm thinking the droplets might even get bigger. Yeah, it made them bigger. But I'm literally gonna have to be way back. Or do I go closer? Yeah, those are a little big. I'm gonna get another tip and we'll see if we can go back to what we originally did and just pry out that centerpiece. Before I do that, let me just try going from a farther distance away. That actually doesn't look too bad. Maybe I'll just go with that. I'll just go back like 3 feet away from the cabinet and just lightly hit it, because that's about what it looked like originally. All right, I'm gonna give it a try on the back door here. I'm gonna stay away really far and just go really fast. Probably just leave it like that. That's not too bad. It's got a little bit of a couple little thicker dots. Well, here goes nothing. Actually, it looks pretty cool. I think that's pretty good. See what it looks like. We'll let it dry for about 10-15 minutes and then we can peel off the mask. Some people are probably thinking, man, you ruined that cabinet. But I mean, that's how it was. Just trying to make it look as original as possible. A couple bigger spots of paint, but I mean, it is what it is. There's only so much you can do. So I'm gonna let that dry and then we'll come back and pull the mask off. Okay, let's peel off the pre-masks.
a little hard to get started now that I cut it flush with the cabinet. A little bit of wrinkling right in here. I should be able to rub that out with a little bit of heat in my finger. This is why I don't usually use pre-mask on my own stuff that I do. I don't like the way it wrinkles up the vinyl. But I'll grab a hair dryer and we'll see if we can't get those out of there. Because they're pretty bad actually. I probably shouldn't have left them in the tube as long as I did either, but didn't really think about it. I figured they would have came right out. Go grab a hair dryer and we'll see if they'll come out. I think they will. Wait for this thing to warm up. I wonder if it still works. Let me let it run for a couple minutes. All right. All right, I'm gonna work on it for a little bit. It seems like it's gonna come out. Okay, I got them all out so far, except for right there. There's a little bit still I need to do right there. But all the other ones did work out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and then we'll come back and we gotta get the parts out of the tumbler, and we'll do a walk around the cabinet with the art and everything. We'll see what it looks like. All right, I got about 95% of it out. There's still a little bit like right in there that needs to be worked on. I'm gonna let it set for a little while and see. But I think it looks good. I actually like the speckles. I don't know if you guys will like it or not. Some of them are a little bit bigger than I would like, but I mean, it is what it is. Oh, you know what? I forgot to untape this. I don't know if this is the original sticker or if somebody else put this on. It does talk about radio frequencies. Might be. Oh, and the monitor that was in here was a Geo7, which is not the right monitor that originally came in here. I'll probably rebuild it and use it anyways because it doesn't have a lot of screen burn on it. It was, I believe it was originally a 4600, the one with the two cards that go in the back of the chassis. So that's that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. This is gonna go in the basement today. so that once I finish up Tapper, we can start at least assembling this and getting it ready for the wiring harness. So let me go get set up and we're gonna take the parts out of the tumbler. Okay, I got my strainer and everything ready. These are the parts I pulled out the other day. If you remember, these are kind of rusty. Look at how nice those are. Tiny bit on the back side, but I'm not worried about that. Latches and everything turned out real nice. The hinges were already pretty clean. So now we're gonna get the rest of the stuff out of here. This tumbler's been going for probably at least 3 days straight, maybe even 4. 24 hours a day, so hopefully these parts are pretty clean. So we'll just take them and pour them into our strainer here. We are gonna lose some washers. I'm gonna have to probably strain this a couple times because there's a bunch of little tiny washers in here. But we'll at least get the first batch of this. Ugh, dusty. These are probably just gonna repaint those red. I don't know why they were red, but I'll redo them. See how nice those are? Look at these coin shoots. And they pretty much look brand new now. These are the other 2 latches for the bottom. They're all nice and clean. I'll blow all this stuff off later. Yep, I mean, everything turned out real nice. These are the ones for the speakers. They're nice and clean now. These actually need to get painted black, so I'll leave those out and I'll just hit those with the spray can. But you can see here, everything is nice and clean. This is the plate for the back door lock. All the screws and everything look brand new. So I'm gonna strain this a couple more times just to make sure I get everything out of there. But I think that's gonna end this video for part number 4 of the Wizard of War. You probably won't see another part for another, maybe this weekend. I don't know. Might be another week or so before you see this cabinet get worked on again. So that's going to end this video. This is part number 4 of Wizard of War. Later on tonight, I'll probably, hopefully, do the final video of Tapper, finishing that all up. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. If you like, please like and subscribe. Have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will talk to you guys later.